Well, good morning, Honors Algebra 1. It is April 1st, and we're on our third day of online learning. So today, we're going to do lesson 10.7, graphing linear inequalities. So this whole chapter is on inequalities. They're a little bit more challenging, but I think we're up for the task. So let's go ahead and look over here. I wish I had my projector and we were at school. I could have a beautiful graph to project for you. I had to draw these myself. I haven't figured that out yet. But anyway, let's go ahead and graph y equals x plus 3. Now you should be very comfortable with that right now. That's in slope-intercept form. The slope is 1, the y-intercept is 3. So let's go ahead and graph the y-intercept of 3. And then my slope is positive 1. So I'm going to go up 1 over 1. Up 1 over 1. And I have a graph. And wouldn't you know, I did not bring my yardstick. So just be kind. I'm going to try to wing it. I'm seeing if I see anything. I do not. I'm just going to wing it here. And so there it is. It's a little bit wavy, but not too bad. Now that is y equals x plus 3. We all know that. But now, what if I want to add to it all the points on this coordinate plane where y is greater than or equal to x plus 3? So it's going to be either the half plane above and to the left or the half plane below and to the right. So which one is it? Well, let's pick a test point. Let's pick the origin. I love 0, 0. Is the origin the half plane, is the origin part of the half plane of the solution? So let's plug in 0, 0. Is 0 greater than or equal to 0 plus 3? No, it is not. That's a false statement. So this half plane is not going to be part of the solution. This half plane is here. And so I'm just going to do some shading here. And I'm going to do some shading here. And it's this whole half plane above and to the left. And you can always, when it's in the slope-intercept and you see a greater than, it's always going to, if you look at the y-axis, it's always going to be above, shaded above your y-intercept, greater than, above your y-intercept. Okay, and the test point is always a nice thing to pick to see if you are correct. You could also pick the point, let's pick the test point 1, 2, 3, 4, 0. I'm sorry, 0, 4. 0, 4 should be a solution to this inequality. So is 4 greater than or equal to 0 plus 3? Well, of course it is. And so we picked the right half plane to shade. Now, what if I wanted to do x is only less than x plus 3? Now, let's go ahead and first, we know that my y-intercept is 3 and my slope is 1, but it's not equal to that line. Well, how do I show that? Well, how I show that is I'm going to still plot my points to do my slope, up and over 1, up and over 1. But instead of drawing a solid line to show that it is not equal to, I make my line dashed. So there is my dashed line. It is not equal to that line. So now I have to determine where are the points, in which half plane is y less than x plus 3. Well, I think you can probably guess if this is greater than, then this is going to be less than. So that is correct. I'm going to go ahead and shade it in. But let's go ahead and determine if we are correct by picking our test point again, 0, 0. Is 0 less than 0 plus 3? You betcha. Okay, so this is the half plane we shade, but be careful, it has to be a dashed line. Now, let's look over here. This is a little bit more complicated. This is not in slope-intercept form. How sad. We've got a little bit more work to do. But to put it in, we always want to put it in slope-intercept in order to graph these inequalities and shade our half plane. So we want to isolate y. So I'm first going to isolate y by subtracting 3x from both sides. And I've got negative 2y is greater than or equal to negative 3x minus 4. Now I'm going to divide every term by negative 2. What happens when I divide by negative? I reverse the inequality. So I'm going to say y is less than or equal to, well, negative 3 divided by negative 2 is 3/2 x, and that becomes a plus 2. Okay, so we have an equal here, so we know that we're going to have a solid line as opposed to a dashed line. So let me roll my giant board over here a little bit, and I'm trying to keep away from the glare because I'm doing my video in the evening again. It's been a long day. So anyway, all right, plus 2. Now we've got to go up 3. Well, guess what? I didn't make this long enough. Whoopsie. Okay, I'm going to go up 3, bump, 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 and over 2. I think I'm going to also go down 3. 1, 2, 3, and over 2. There we go. Now, I know it's going to be a solid line. Oh, me. Always have your ruler ready. Your teacher's unprepared. All right, now, which half plane am I going to graph? Y is less than or equal to 3/2 x plus 2. Well, less than, remember less than is going to mean that I'm going to be shading below the y-intercept of 2. I'm going to be being less than 2 here, so less. So I'm going to go and shade this, and we're going to make sure we're correct by doing a test point. And you know my favorite test point. My favorite test point is the origin. Is 0 less than or equal to positive 2? Of course it is. So I have shaded the correct half plane, okay? A less than is going to shade the y-axis below its intercept, and a greater than will be shading the y-axis above the intercept. It's always going to be like that, guys. Always going to be like that. And that, there you go. Okay. Now, of course, you know I've got something on the other side. Let's flip it this way. And let's go ahead and look at these last 2 examples, and that's it. Okay, these are the, okay, hello, there we are. Okay, y is greater than 2. Okay, well, what is y is equal to? Is it a horizontal line or is it a vertical line? Y is equal to 2 is a horizontal line that intersects the y-axis at positive 2. Is this equal to 2? No. It is not. And so we choose a dashed line. Let's draw the dashed line. Y is equal to 2. And now we want to do all the shade the half plane where the y values are greater than 2. Well, that one's not too hard, is it? All the y values greater than 2 are going to be above the dashed line. And so that's simply our solution there. Do a little cross hatching there. And there is our half plane. Okay, let's do x is less than negative 3. Well, when I do x is equal to a value, is that a horizontal or a vertical line? This time it's a vertical line that would intersect the x-axis at negative 3. So let's go ahead. It's not equal to. We're going to have another dashed line. Okay, you always got to make that choice. Is it going to be dashed or solid? Now, I want to graph the half plane where all x values are less than negative 3. So, of course, that is going to be to the left of negative 3 on the axis there. Okay, so there we go. That's it for today. Now, we have something a little different for homework tonight. We are going to, I'm not going to have you have to draw graphs. Okay, I have some graph paper that I could put for you to print out, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and assign you 2 problem sets in Khan Academy. They are due tonight at midnight, and they each only have 4 problems in them each. Okay, and remember, you can redo them as much as you'd like, but you will have 4 problems due in Khan Academy. Okay, there's some other ones on there too, but they have a later due date. So be careful. You just want to do the 2 problem sets on graphing linear inequalities that are due tonight. Okay, now you will have some textbook work, but you do not have to do graphs on these. You're going to have to write equations and inequalities for graphs, but you're not going to have graph paper for it. And that will be due tomorrow at 9 a.m. So you'll have to take a picture and upload it to this assignment page in LMS. Okay, if you don't put it in there, I'm going to go ahead and send you a chat message and say, Where's your homework? I'm going to give you a lot of grace this week, guys, because I know we're all getting used to a lot of things. But that's it. So I will have our Zoom meeting today at 11. I look forward to seeing you then. I had, I can't remember, we had 4 or 5 yesterday. I've changed the Zoom, the way you enter into the meeting. It's always going to be a personal, my personal ID. I've posted it on the wall. You don't have to go looking for an invitation anywhere. I've talked to Mr. Bundy about it. He's okay with it. And so every day, except for test day, I will be available, and I'll have a meeting open that you can just put my personal Zoom ID into, and you can just join the meeting. So we will do that tomorrow at 11, purely optional. Okay, so y'all have a wonderful day. Enjoy doing Khan Academy, those 8 problems, instead of having to draw a lot of graphs yourself. You're welcome. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.